Shalom. This is just going to be a quick hit through the spirit. But before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashum, Yahushua, Ba'ashum, Rekach, Wadash, the months of the apostles, the months of the elders, a great millstone who rule well, a time in his truth. Much respect to you brothers out there, just preaching his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth. Tabernacle of David is being risen up right before your very eyes, the hopeful elect, and the speckled bird. To you, I say shalom. Let's get into this lesson. Hey, you see on the screen, everything is leading to the what? To the MOTB, right? That Revelation 13, right? And Koholo Yahweh Bashmi Shai, right? And we pray to the Lord. That's why you must make your calling and election sure, right? So you can be saved from these times to come, right? Because you have, people on the street, people in the world that's not in this truth, which is a damn crying shame, all right? And the example I'm about to give, right? They know what the MOTB is, right? But they don't have the truth. But you got these damn other Israelite camps, right? They're pretty much starter camps, right? That's really what it boils down to. They're starter camps. So they give you the basic wisdom of knowing that you're an Israelite, right? Some of them is a little too zealous or over righteous, I should say, right? Try to keep the laws perfect. Hey, most definitely, to the best of your ability, try to keep the law to the best of your ability, but you're not going to keep it perfectly. You're not. We're in captivity, right? You go to work, you touch something, and, a woman that was on her period touched it, you know what I'm saying? You got a house or apartment or wherever you living at, a woman's on her period, she's supposed to be in another house, but brothers don't have the means to do that, right? For her to have her own house when that happens, you know what I'm saying? So you keep the law to the best of your ability, man, so you can get the heck up out of here. Because I'm giving that example because you got these other Israelite camps, these starter camps that will try to, law. Absolutely. Keep the law to the best of your ability, but the law is not going to save you, right? At the end of the day, it's of the elect, right? It's of the elect. The elect is going to be doing what the Lord tells them to do, right? But that over righteous, as you see, where your shirt infringes, which as Apostle Gabar went into a couple years ago, right? The T-shirt is an actual undergarment, right? That's an actual undergarment. And you telling people to walk around here with T-shirt with fringes, where you're going to be an easy target too. It's not wise. We're in captivity. It's not wise to do this, right? You got a whole sector of Edomites, right, which is Amalek, proclaiming to be us, right? Proclaiming to be us. Okay, you got to be circumspect. The people see you out there with your shirt and fringes, you're an easy target. Even if you go to a damn restaurant, right, out to eat, somebody see their shirt and fringes is spitting your food. Time of Jacob's trouble, they see the shirt and fringes. You an easy target, man. You're going to be an easy target. All right. So yes, keep the law to the best of your ability, but that the law is not going to save you. You're going to be doing what the Lord tells you to do, right? That's why we do these lessons. That's why we doing the work, right? Behind the scenes, make sure you checking yourself as well. Hey, Slagia going on. I know it's a little off topic. Well, not really. It's just The spirit had me lead into this, man, because that wasn't planned. That wasn't planned. It was planned to just, read what's going on and get a couple scriptures to close out. So that's probably for somebody. So yeah, all right. The shirt and fringes. What I really should have said earlier, it's not going to save you. It's not going to deliver you. Keeping the law to the best of your ability, right? Yahweh desire you of the elect, right? The Lord's going to deliver you, right? So let's get this right. You see, King Charles confirms the government will proceed with the introduction of digital ID. All roads lead to the MOTB, right? I want to get this over here, right? May 13, 2026, King's speech, King Charles III confirmed the UK government will proceed with introducing a digital ID to modernize how citizens interact with public services, right? It's going into the fourth industrial revolutionary, the MOTB, right? Where they're able to monitor, they want to be like the Most High. And pretty much at the same time, cause all hell, right? Have the people uncomfortable. You want to know your thoughts. Hey, you say something, you speak against these people, there goes your stuff, right? And matter of fact, the digital credit score, they showed you that in, what's the Netflix show? It'll come back to me. But it was a whole Netflix show that had several series within the series, right? Several shows within the show, right? It'll come back to me, man. But, I'm pretty sure you can look it up, right? But anyways, yeah, these are the times I be coming into the social credit score, the AI boom. That's a damn farce, right? Yeah, robots walking around here. It's that squeeze, man. Because the AI is taking people's jobs. This is part of the plan to force the people to take the MOTB. That's really what it's boiling down to, right? So yeah, let's see. The initiative linked to a digital access to service bills aims to simplify access to government service, aid to identify verification, and assist in crumbling illegal immigration, right? And they always put it under the guidelines of safety, and safety this, immigration is for your protection, right? But it's not. All roads to the MOTB, right? It's for them to have ultimate control. And how many times, right? You had the platform Discord, right? The people had to show their or to confirm their identity, and Discord got hacked. You see? And I believe PlayStation is going to go forward with photo identification as well, right? And PlayStation's been hacked, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, these are the times that we're living in. All right, official confirmation: the Kings announced that my ministers will also proceed in introduction of digital ID, would modernize how the citizens interact with public services, right? And we praying to the Lord that we get the heck up out of here, man, because this man is going to succeed in his plan. But as the scriptures say, the Lord's going to rain upon him while he is eating, right? The system aims to streamline access to government services, including potential digital right to work check. You see? Right? Right to work check. Right? If you don't have that right to work, or you said something, you did something, you ain't gonna be able to work, you ain't gonna be able to eat. But hey, the men of the Lord are gonna be able to, as highlighted by Cyber News and reported on Facebook. Scope, The plan is a national digital ID system with discussion indicated it will be used to help with identity verification. The proposal has faced criticism regarding privacy and civil liberties, with some debate over the potential for it to become compulsory, as mentioned on Wikipedia, right? So yeah, these are the times that we coming into, man. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful, really. Because the elect knows what's up, man. Let's get some scriptures. Isaiah 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. This is an unrighteous decree, right? And that right grievousness which they have prescribed, right? Woe, destruction, right? They want to prescribe these unrighteous decrees. Well, destruction is coming unto them. Let's get it in the NLT, in the GNT, right? What it says, you are doomed. You make unjust laws that oppress my people. You see? If you don't take this thing, which ultimately, this is of the Lord's plan. This is the Lord's mark. The Lord has two marks, right? The Dawah in Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. The spiritual mark in which you want, right? Making the Lord your refuge. And then you have the MOTB in Revelation 13, right? The Karagma, right? And the Karaks, right? That and that's of Esau Edom. You take that thing, you showing to the Lord that Esau Edom is your God, right? Let's see. Let's get it back up here, right? You are doomed. You make unjust laws that oppress my people. That is how you keep the poor from having their rights and from getting justice. That is how you take property that belongs to widows and orphans. You see? Because they're over there in Palestine, the big noses. They saying, hey, if I don't take your house, somebody's going to take it. And they have done that over here in Babylon the Great, right? To the northern tribes, man, that was set up over here, right? Let's see. What will you do when Yahweh Bashim Shah punishes you? What will you do when he brings disaster on you from a distant country? Where will you run to find help? Where will you hide your wealth? You see? It ain't no running, right? It reads in Ezekiel 35, right? Since you love blood, you love bloodshed, just roughly paraphrasing, right? Blood is going to pursue you. You're going to be taken out of power. What it says in James 5, just roughly paraphrasing, man. Woe unto you, rich man. Matter of fact, we might read a little bit of that, you know, because they have everything, but yet, I can really, it's just highlighted just because, let me see, because I know there's a lot of meat in it. All right, James 5 and verse 1, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you, right? Because you have the whole world literally in your hands, but you still want more. You still can't get enough. You want more, right? Your desires as hell. You cannot be satisfied. Your riches are corrupt. Your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and your rust of them, right? Really, this should be in red, right? Let me see where I was at. And the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Ye shall eat the flesh as it were fire, and ye have heaped treasure together for the last days, right? Have heaped treasures together for the last days. really the treasure, the gold, right? The gold and silver that you have, right? That's for us. Hey, matter of fact, brothers did a lesson on it a couple weeks ago, if I remember correctly, right? You have the gold that's in Fort Knox. That's cankered, right? A lot of it is not even pure gold. The scriptures speak. The scriptures don't lie, right? Your gold is cankered. Your gold and silver is cankered, man. This is a sign of the end of days. How is it all that gold that you have stored in Fort Knox is practically impure and cannot be used? All right? Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which heap are entered into the ears of the Lord's Sabbath. Oh, right? The Lord hears our prayers. All right, the scriptures say in the book of Isaiah, give the Lord no rest until you what? Until he establish the kingdom of heaven, just roughly paraphrasing, man. So the Lord hears our cries, and the Lord's going to deliver us. And y'all are going to reap what you sow. That's the God that we serve. We don't serve an all-loving God. We serve a God which the name is Yahweh Bashim Shah, which is about balance. You reap what you sow, man. Right? Got the definition of draconian. Draconian refers to laws, rules, or measures that excessively harsh, severe, or cruel, derived from the 7th century BC Athenian lawmaker Draco, whose code punished minor offenses with death. It describes oppressive, strict, or authoritarian policies such as draconian cuts to spending or draconian lockdowns, right? Synonyms, right? Severe, harsh, oppressive, strict, rigid, tough, drastic, authoritarian, right? And this is the way of Esau or Edom, right? Since you slacky. Since you're an unrighteous man, you love blood, right? You haven't shown no mercy. No mercy is going to be shown unto you, right? Let me see if I got any more scriptures in here that I want to get, right? Let's see. Jeremiah 51 verse 47 in the GNT. And so the time is coming when I will deal with Babylonians' idols. The whole country will be put to shame and all its people will be killed. And you don't want to be part of that. You don't want to be part of that. As I was speaking earlier, make your call and election sure. Keep the law to the best of your ability. No, the law doesn't save you, but you're going to be keeping the law to the best of your ability, right? You're going to be serving the Lord, doing what you're supposed to do. So Lord willing, you get the heck up out of here, right? Let's see what else I want to get. Jeremiah 51 verse 35 NLT. Make Babylon suffer as she made us suffer. Didn't we just read in James 5, verse 1 on down, right? Woe unto you rich men. So since you love blood, since you have all these unrighteous decrees, right? You're going to be made to suffer. Say the people of Zion, make the people of Babylonian pay for spilling our blood. You see? They're going to have to pay for that. That's the Lord that we serve. Isaiah 51 verse 22 in the GNT, right? The Lord, Yahweh, your power defends you and says, I am taking away the cup that I gave you in my anger. You see, because yes, we still have the curses upon us, but the curses are lifting up. Ultimately, the curses are going to be lifted up from us in the kingdom of heaven when we get those new bodies, right? Be the first fruits of the kingdom. The kingdom going to be established, right? Heathens are going to be working for us, right? But we are seeing right before our very eyes, right, the curses being drunken from the other nations, especially Esau, Edom. You will no longer have to drink the wine that makes you stagger. I will give it to those who oppressed you and to those who made you lie down in the streets and trample on you as if you were dirt, right? Yahweh, we see that, man. Revelation 18 to verse 20, be glad, heaven, because of her destruction. Be glad of Power's people and the apostles and prophets, for Power have condemned her for what she did to you, you see? So this is all coming. This is all coming. So we seeing digital ID, which is going to lead to the MOTB. And we know what's coming, man. You know, stay prayed up, keep doing the work of the Lord. Yahweh Razazah, you of the elect. And with that,